मैं इस वीडियो को यहीं पे वीडियो को बाय पार्ट्स लेकर चलते हैं। अब वीडियो में कुछ थ्योरेटिकल जाएगी, फिर हम उसको प्रैक्टिकलिटी की तरफ मूव करेंगे।
हम तुम्हें इतना प्यार करेंगे, हम तुम्हें इतना प्यार करेंगे कि लोग हमें याद करेंगे, कि लोग हमें याद करेंगे। ओ, 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 याद तुम्हें हम करके सोए, नाम तुम्हारा हम लेकर जागे हो। याद तुम्हें हम करके सोए, नाम तुम्हारा हम लेकर जागे हो। सारी दुनिया रह गई पीछे और निकल आए हम आगे। अब दुनिया से हम न डरेंगे, अब दुनिया से हम न डरेंगे कि लोग हमें याद करेंगे, कि लोग हमें याद करेंगे। हम तुम्हें इतना प्यार करेंगे। दूजे के दिल में रहेंगे,
एक दूजे के दिल में रहेंगे,
के लोग हमें याद करेंगे,
लोग हमें याद करेंगे।
हम तुम्हें इतना प्यार करेंगे,
हम तुम्हें इतना प्यार करेंगे,
के लोग हमें
लोग हमें
याद करेंगे,
लोग हमें
के लोग हमें
याद करेंगे।
तुम्हें दिल से कैसे जुदा हम करेंगे, तुम्हें दिल से कैसे जुदा हम करेंगे, कि मर जाएंगे और क्या हम करेंगे, कि मर जाएंगे और क्या हम करेंगे।
तुम्हें दिल से कैसे जुदा हम करेंगे, तुम्हें दिल से कैसे जुदा हम करेंगे, कि मर जाएंगे और क्या हम करेंगे, कि मर जाएंगे और क्या हम करेंगे।
तुम्हें दिल से कैसे जुदा हम करेंगे,
तुम्हें दिल से कैसे जुदा हम करेंगे। सजा प्यार की मौत से कम नहीं है, सजा प्यार की मौत से कम नहीं है, मगर इस सजा का हमें गम नहीं है।
सजा प्यार की मौत से कम नहीं है, मगर इस सजा का हमें गम नहीं है। खता ही सही ये खता हम करेंगे,
खता ही सही ये खता हम करेंगे, कि मर जाएंगे और क्या हम करेंगे,
कि मर जाएंगे और क्या हम करेंगे। तुम्हें दिल से कैसे जुदा हम करेंगे,
तुम्हें दिल से कैसे जुदा हम करेंगे।
किसी दिन हमें आजमाए ये दुनिया, मोहब्बत की कीमत बताए ये दुनिया।
किसी दिन हमें आज़माए ये दुनिया, मोहब्बत की कीमत बताए ये दुनिया, मोहब्बत की कीमत अदा हम करेंगे,
मोहब्बत की कीमत अदा हम करेंगे, कि मर जाएंगे और क्या हम करेंगे,
कि मर जाएंगे और क्या हम करेंगे।
तुम्हें दिल से कैसे जुदा हम करेंगे,
तुम्हें दिल से कैसे जुदा हम करेंगे।
hadiths mention that 124,000 prophets were sent. Only 25 of them are named in the Quran. We have some knowledge about these prophets from the Quran, from hadiths, and even from earlier books like the Torah and the Bible. However, many people don't know about the nations they were sent to, the regions they lived in, and where those places are today. In this video, we will take a short but educational journey through who these 25 prophets mentioned in the Quran were, where they were sent, and where those lands are now in today's world. They were human beings just like us. They had families, they had desires, but they dedicated their lives to their mission. Allah mentioned their names in the Quran. Peace be upon them all. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel and like the video so we can reach more people. Adam alayhi salam. Adam alayhi salam, the first human and the first prophet, was created by the command of Allah from different types of soil. The angels mixed this soil with water and shaped it. After waiting for 40 years, the clay hardened and became like dry mud, salsal. On the 10th day of Muharram, which was a Friday, Allah gave him a soul and taught him the knowledge of everything. By Allah's command, the angels prostrated to Adam. But Iblis became arrogant and refused. He was then cast out of paradise. Adam married Hawa, who was created in paradise, and they lived there together for a while. However, because they ate from the forbidden tree, they were sent down to earth. Adam realized his mistake and sincerely repented. Allah accepted his repentance. See Surah Al-Baqarah 237. Allah appointed Adam as a Khalifa, representative on earth. After being separated from Hawa for many years, they met again in Arafat and built the Kaaba. Adam alayhi salam was chosen as a prophet. He was given a small book with 10 pages. He taught people about faith, worship, and knowledge. They lived in towns and worked with crafts and skills. A tragic event happened between Adam's sons, Habil and Qabil. Qabil, driven by jealousy, killed his brother Habil. This was the first murder in human history. Humanity continued through the children of both brothers. According to some narrations, Adam alayhi salam lived a long life, about 960 years. Even though worship and divine teachings continued among his children and grandchildren after his death, over time, some people began to go astray. This would later lead to the coming of new prophets. It is said that his grave is in either Jerusalem, Mina, or Arafat. Hadiths mention that his height was between 30 and 40 meters. Idris alayhi salam. Idris alayhi salam is one of the prophets mentioned in the Quran. According to narrations, he had many special qualities. He was the 5th generation descendant of Adam alayhi salam. Allah gave him 30 suhuf, small scriptures, and taught him many sciences. Before him, people wore animal skins or leaves. He taught people how to sew clothes and build cities. He knew 72 languages and invited every community to the true religion in their own tongue. Idris was the first person to write, to use a pen, and to teach knowledge. He also studied the stars and the movements of the sky. Because of this, he is known as the prophet of both knowledge and art. He migrated from Babylon to Egypt and lived there for many years, calling people to the true religion. In Surah Al-Anbiya, verse 85, he is mentioned as one of the patient, righteous, and truthful people. The Quran says, "We've raised him to a high place." Many Islamic scholars believe that he was taken to the heavens without dying. Some narrations say he is in the 4th level of the sky. Nuh alayhi salam. Nuh alayhi salam was sent as a prophet after Idris alayhi salam. Islamic historians say he was sent to the region of Mosul in Iraq. His people were idol worshippers from Mesopotamia. At that time, people started worshipping idols, and sins like injustice and immorality became common. Nuh alayhi salam was given prophethood at the age of 50. He invited his people to believe in Allah and to leave idol worship for 950 years. But only a small number of people believed in him. Most of his people rejected him, mocked him, and treated him badly. When he realized that they would never believe, he prayed to Allah. Then Allah informed him of a great flood that was coming. By Allah's command, he built a large ship. He took on board the believers and a pair of every animal. Then the great flood began. Heavy rain poured from the sky, water gushed from the earth, and all those who disbelieved drowned. The flood lasted for 6 months, and the ship finally came to rest on Mount Judi. One of Nuh's own sons did not board the ship and drowned in the water. Nuh alayhi salam had 3 sons, Sam, Ham, and Japheth, who became the ancestors of all people. According to Islamic historians, Sam's descendants include Arabs, Jews, Assyrians, Babylonians, Persians, Syriacs, and Arameans. Ham's descendants include African peoples, Egyptians, and Ethiopians. Japheth's descendants include Turks, Greeks, Russians, Mongols, Chinese, Indians, and Europeans. These lineages are described in the works of scholars like Ibn Kathir, Tabari, Ibn Khaldun, and other classical Islamic historians and commentators. For this reason, Nuh alayhi salam is known as the second Adam. He lived a long life and died at the age of 1,000. The Quran mentions him in many verses and describes him as a very grateful servant of Allah. Hud alayhi salam. Hud alayhi salam was from the descendants of Sam, the son of Nuh alayhi salam. He was sent to the people of Ad in Yemen. The people of Ad earned their living through trade. Over time they became wealthy and powerful. They built tall buildings, but they also became corrupt and started worshipping idols. They committed injustice, behaved arrogantly, and cheated in trade just for more wealth. Hud alayhi salam called them to believe in Allah, but they denied him. Allah warned them first with drought and famine, then he sent a strong, burning wind that destroyed them. Only Hud alayhi salam and those who believed in him were saved. Hud alayhi salam later settled in Mecca and passed away there. This story is told in many parts of the Quran. Salih alayhi salam. Salih alayhi salam was sent as a prophet to the people of Thamud. The people of Thamud were idol worshippers. They were advanced in technology and architecture, carving homes inside mountains and building strong cities. See Surah Al-Araf, verse 74. They lived in a region known today as Madain Salih in Saudi Arabia. Salih invited them to believe in Allah. They said to him, "If you bring out a pregnant she-camel from this rock in front of our eyes, we will believe you." Salih prayed to Allah, and as a miracle, a large she-camel came out of the rock in front of everyone. This camel was a clear sign from Allah. Its milk was so abundant that the entire people could drink without shortage. But the leaders of the tribe said, "If this camel stays, Salih's influence will grow, and people will no longer listen to us." They made a secret plan and killed the camel during the night. This was not just killing an animal, it was destroying a sign from Allah. After that, they were given 3 days of warning. During this time, Salih and the believers left the city. On the 3rd day, a loud sound and a violent shaking from the earth destroyed the people of Thamud. Only a small group of true believers survived. The destruction of Thamud is mentioned in the Quran as a lesson. Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ibrahim alayhi salam is one of the 5 great prophets in Islam. He was sent to the people of the Chaldeans, Kaldani, who were idol worshippers. He defended the belief in Tawheed, oneness of Allah. While his people were away celebrating a festival, Ibrahim alayhi salam broke the idols except the biggest one, and he hung the axe around its neck. When they returned, they questioned him. Ibrahim said, "Maybe the big one did it. Ask him if he can speak." He defeated them with wisdom. They had no answer, but still they lit a huge fire and threw him into it. By the will of Allah, the fire did not burn him, and he came out safely. After this, his people rejected him. By Allah's command, he migrated. He traveled with his wife Sarah to Egypt and then to Palestine. In Egypt, he married Hajar as his second wife. After many years without children, Ibrahim had a son, Ismail, from Hajar, and later another son, Ishaq, from Sarah. Ismail became the ancestor, but sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Ishaq became the ancestor of the Jews and the prophets from Bani Israel. So in reality, Jews and Arabs are brothers, but the Jews saw the Arabs as stepbrothers and excluded them, leading to a power struggle. Ibrahim and his son Ismail built the Kaaba by Allah's command. The Kaaba became the center of worship. They also performed Hajj and taught it to the people. Allah showed Ibrahim a dream to sacrifice his son, Ismail. Ismail said, "Father, do as you are commanded." When he placed the knife on his son's neck, Allah stopped him and said, "O Ibrahim, you fulfilled your dream. We have completed this clear test." Then Allah sent a large animal to be sacrificed instead. As Muslims, we continue this tradition by celebrating Eid al-Adha, as ordered in the Quran. Ibrahim alayhi salam passed away in Jerusalem at the age of 175. He is known as the close friend, Khalil, of Allah. Lut alayhi salam. Lut alayhi salam was the nephew of Ibrahim alayhi salam. After they migrated together from Babylon to Sham, Greater Syria, Lut was sent as a prophet to the people of Sodom. This region is around present-day Jordan and the Dead Sea. The events happened a few centuries after the flood of Nuh alayhi salam, around 2000 BCE, during the rise of Mesopotamian civilizations. As a miracle, Lut made rain fall from a clear sky and spoke with stones. These miracles proved to his people that he was a prophet. But the people of Sodom worshipped idols and committed a type of relationship the world had never seen before, homosexual acts. However, these acts were not just private sins, they were forced upon others. They would assault young boys and enslave them. Wealthy men would treat young males as property. They even blocked roads and kidnapped male travelers to abuse them. This was not just individual sin, it had become a system of organized oppression. The Quran describes their behavior like this: "You approach men, block the roads, and commit shameful acts in your gatherings." Surah Al-Ankabut 29. Lut alayhi salam invited them to the right path, but they refused and became even more aggressive. They even threatened to expel Lut and his family from the city. One day, 3 strangers came from the sky. They appeared as handsome young men and stayed at Lut's house as guests. The people of the city gathered and demanded to take these guests by force. They wanted to assault them. Lut was afraid, but the guests revealed they were angels. They told Lut to leave the city during the night with the believers. That night, Lut and a few believers escaped. By morning, the city was turned upside down. Stones rained from the sky, and the corrupted people were completely destroyed. According to Islam, they were not destroyed just for practicing homosexual acts. They were punished because they forced this lifestyle on society, kidnapped the weak, and normalized group assaults. The story of the 3 handsome young men is told in the Quran to show this exact reason. Ismail alayhi salam. Ismail alayhi salam was the eldest son of Ibrahim alayhi salam and one of the great-grandfathers of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. His mother was Hajar. Ibrahim alayhi salam left Hajar and Ismail in Mecca and returned. While Hajar ran between the hills of Safa and Marwa in search of water, the water of Zamzam miraculously burst from the ground. As Ismail grew older, he was sent as a prophet to the tribe of Jurhum. He taught them the religion of Allah, called people to worship, and showed them how to pray and give zakah. He was also known for his skills in archery and horse riding. It is mentioned in hadith books that Ismail alayhis salam revived and established the Arabic language. His miracles included making fruits grow on thorny trees and causing sheep to give milk. He passed away in Mecca and was buried beside the Kaaba in the area known as Hijr. Ishaq alayhis salam was the second son of Ibrahim, and his mother was Sarah. He was sent as a prophet to the people of Canaan, the land of today's Palestine. He visited Mecca with his brother Ismail and later spread the religion of his father. The Quran describes Ishaq as a good servant, righteous, truthful, and devoted to Allah. He was also the father of Yaqub, Jacob, who was a prophet too. His miracles included animals testifying to his prophethood, a mountain moving through his prayer, and bringing dead animals back to life. He passed away at the age of 120 in Palestine. His grave is in the city of Hebron, where his father Ibrahim alayhis salam was also buried. Yaqub alayhis salam. Yaqub alayhis salam was the grandson of Ibrahim alayhis salam and the son of Ishaq alayhis salam. His title is Israel, which is why his descendants are called Bani Israel, the children of Israel. He had 12 sons, and from them came the tribes of the Israelites. He was sent as a prophet to the land of Canaan and invited people to believe in Allah. Because of his deep love for his son Yusuf, his other sons became jealous, a test that Yaqub had to endure. The Quran introduces Yaqub as one of the most patient prophets. When he lost his son, he did not complain but said, "I only express my sorrow and sadness to Allah." Surah Yusuf 86. On his deathbed he asked his sons, "Who will you worship after me?" They replied, "We will worship your God and the God of your fathers, Ibrahim, Ismail and Ishaq, the one true God." Yaqub alayhis salam died in Egypt, but according to his will, he was taken to Palestine and buried next to his father Ishaq. Yusuf alayhis salam. Yusuf alayhis salam was the son of Yaqub alayhis salam and was sent as a prophet to the people of Egypt. He lost his mother at a young age and was raised with great love by his father. As a child, he saw a dream and told his father, "My dear father, I saw in my dream 11 stars, the sun and the moon, all prostrating to me." Surah Yusuf 4. This dream was a sign that he would one day become a prophet and be given a high rank. Yusuf's good character and his father's deep love for him made his brothers jealous. Out of envy, they threw him into a well. A passing caravan found him and sold him as a slave in Egypt. The chief minister, Aziz of Egypt, bought him and raised him in his home. Everyone admired Yusuf for his beauty, honesty and purity. When Yusuf grew older, the minister's wife Zuleika tried to tempt him, but Yusuf protected his honor and ran away. Even though the truth became known, he was still imprisoned unfairly for a time. Even in prison, Yusuf preached Tawheed, the oneness of Allah. He taught morals and reflection to the prisoners. He interpreted the dreams of 2 inmates. One of them later went to serve the king. Years passed, and the king had a strange dream that no one could interpret. Then they remembered Yusuf, who explained it. There will be 7 years of abundance, followed by 7 years of famine. Surah Yusuf 47. Because of his correct interpretation, Egypt prepared for the famine, and Yusuf was placed in charge of the country's treasures. Due to the famine, his brothers came to Egypt. Yusuf recognized them and kept his brother Binyamin with him through a clever plan. Later, he revealed his true identity, brought his whole family to Egypt, and healed his father's blindness. Yusuf forgave his brothers even though they had wronged him. He told them, "There is no blame